Hey man, you ever look into flat earth?
Okay, this is continuing kind of from my last video with the sun halo. I thought I'd leave this in, but I really wanted to talk about or show this boat that I got on this particular day. I can show the whole video, but I just feel like it's a waste of time showing the whole entire video because people just don't want to watch it because they want instant gratification. So I'm just going to start doing little short pieces. Um, and I'm not even going to worry about the distances and all because I've already posted them all. And for myself, I know the distances to most of these bird racks, all these markers out here in the water. I picked this boat up right by the halfway marker to Bayport. I'm at Bayport. My tripod's at 28 inches, but I'm up on the seawall, so I am a little higher. The water's about 3.5 feet out or down from my tripod, possibly 4 feet. I didn't measure it. I wasn't going to be exact because, again, I'm always paying attention to my perspective height to the water. I did put this on 2 times speed, so it is sped up. I will slow it down in a portion here when it gets to the point where it gets almost to the Bayport bird rack. Bayport bird rack from my location is approximately 3.5 miles away. As you can tell, or as I could tell when I first spotted this boat is a lot farther out than what most people would imagine. Number one, because of its perspective size to that halfway marker, which is only out about a mile and a half from me. Even though I call it the halfway marker, it's really not halfway. I think it's closer than halfway. And then the Bayport bird rack is about 2 miles further out. But you always got to remember too that these channel markers, they go out and they go to the left and they go to the right and they go to the left and go to the right. So you're going out on not a direct path, not a straight line. You're having to weave in and out of all the channel markers to get out to the Bayport rack. But the thing is you can obviously see this boat getting smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes out. And then the amazing part is how small it is actually in comparison to the Bayport bird rack. You always got to remember your perspective height to the water, the perspective height of the waves that are out there too, because that also will obstruct your vision to the bottom end of the boat. Also, the light refraction also plays a role, but I don't believe that refraction is pulling it up. If anything, the light refraction pulls it down, which is pretty obvious in some of the other videos that we've done with mirages where you can actually see this light being pulling the object downward, not upward. Now look at that size of that going under the little opening at the Bayport bird rack. Now remember, my height to the water is about 5.5 feet, 5 to 5.5 feet. So when I go by the north rack, Bayport rack, this is the north Bayport rack coming up. Look at the size of it compared to that. That boat is damn near right out there near that bird rack. The other thing is there's signs out here behind this bird rack, this north rack, that I can actually see too, which tells me one thing, that I'm able to see a lot farther than what science claims, and this is what we should be looking at. And you know, whether we agree or not with the refraction bullcrap that Metabunk puts out, saying that refraction is pulling it up. Myself, particularly, I think it's half-assed backwards. And what they're showing is how the light actually blocks your vision in increments, not the other way around. Sure, things can get stretched and pulled upward, downward, and I think more of a compression occurs than it is a pulling up of anything behind a curve. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.